Before we jump in, tell me where you're tuning in from. And remember to like and subscribe. Your support helps the channel grow and keeps these stories coming. All right, let's get into it. In today's video, you're about to see something that has almost become a political tradition. Multiple Trump supporters, each armed with their own talking points, each convinced they've got the winning argument, only to have those arguments collapse the moment they're held up to even the slightest bit of scrutiny. This is the kind of call-in chaos that James O'Brien handles with surgical precision, calm, methodical, and brutally effective. What makes this compilation so wild isn't just the contradictions in their reasoning, but the sheer confidence with which these callers begin their defense. Every person comes in with a different angle. One claims Trump keeps his promises. Another insists he's a political maverick, shaking up the system. Another swears he's restoring American greatness. But as you'll see, once James starts asking simple, direct questions, the kind of questions any supporter should be able to answer, the certainty evaporates. The talking points crumble. And the reality of how thin their arguments truly are becomes impossible to hide. So buckle up. This is a tour through the modern political echo chamber and how fragile it becomes when exposed to basic logic. Let's watch it together, and then I'll break it down at the end.
Morning, James. Cards on the table, Brexit here, loving Trump's work, and...
What's your favourite bit?
Well, all of it, but I think what you...
No, your favourite bit. What's the thing he's done that you love the most?
You said you bumped into Boris yourself.
Go on, mate. I just asked you a question. You said cards on the table. You said cards on the table, but you're not letting me look at your cards. That's an odd way of playing.
Because I want to just cut to the chase. Boris...
No, cards on the table. What's the thing Trump's done that you love the most?
Because he is a man of his word.
What's he done that you love the most?
Pardon?
What's he done that you love the most? You said, I'm loving his work. So what's the act of...
Because he's a politician who tends to, unlike here,
yes,
do what he says.
Yeah, so what's he done? What's the thing he's done? What's the act of work he's done?
I'm not in tune with the American politics.
Cards on the table, I love his work. Give me one example of the work that you love. Over to you, Alex.
Balls of steel. Okay?
No, but you're going to have to answer it before we carry on, because it's cards on the table, Alex. That's your own words, mate.
Because he's very much like Boris. He's a cad, he's a rogue, he's always...
No, but we know all that. You said you love his work. You said cards on the table, I love his work. So show me one card. They're on the table, Alex.
What I'm trying to say to you is he's a politician, but he's not the normal politician.
Cards on the table, Alex. Just show me one of those cards that you said in that really upbeat way. Cards on the table, James. I love his work. So show me one card.
James.
One card.
James.
One card.
Some people voted Brexit, others didn't. And
one card, Alex.
Carry on.
One card.
I'm not with you, James.
One card.
I'm not with you, James. I'm trying to just decide.
I love his work. Cards on the table. Give me one example of the work that you love.
So much work because James.
So much work. So much work. It'll be really easy to give me one example.
No. Everybody in London voted for him, remember?
Nobody in London voted for Donald Trump. Give me one example of the work he's done that you love, Alex.
People voted for Boris, remember?
Cards on the table, Alex. Cards on the table, Alex. Show me a card.
I'm just not that in tune with American politics to give you a definite answer, but I'm trying to say to you,
right,
Boris,
so when you said cards on the table, what you meant was, I don't even know whether I'm playing Snap or poker.
No, I'm trying to say to you, Boris, you have to embrace what he is, and people voted for him right or wrong. He is a bit of a clown, he's everything you said he is, and I think he orchestrated this leakage. I think a friend of that recorded that. It was all done on purpose and construed to make a lot of media interest and chaos talking about Boris. And remember, when he went on the Marr show talking about Nazanin Zaghari-Ratcliffe, he inadvertently spilled the beans of his MI6, MI5 briefings straight out to Marr.
No, he didn't know now. So, you see, not only have you made a complete cretin of yourself, you've also just libelled the Foreign Secretary.
Why not? Everyone else does.
No, mate. You see, cards on the table, Alex. You're a clown.
On Trump, and I know you want to talk about. He's the only politician that actually does what he said when he did in his campaign.
What's he done that he said he was going to do?
Well, he said he was going to build a border.
Has he built a wall?
He hasn't built it yet.
Right. So what's he done that he said he was going to do?
He's bringing in protected things to protect the American steel industry.
He's doing what?
He's trying to bring in
the tariffs. Yeah, you've seen that Harley Davidson is moving production out of America as a result of the tariff battle.
Yes, I saw that in today's paper.
Did he say that was going to happen in the election?
No, he didn't.
Right, so it's the wall that hasn't been built yet and the tariffs that are seeing American manufacturers move out of America.
I'm not a fan of Trump. Don't get me
Well, don't come on and tell me he's the only politician that delivers in his what he said he was going to deliver in his campaign. Did he say anything about becoming the world's child catcher in chief? Can you remember him saying that during the campaign?
No.
No, me neither.
Trump, I'm indifferent to him. He does lie, but he stops the worst alternative, and he frustrates the worst alternative. I'd include you in that.
Okay.
So it sounds a little bit childish, but I think people, they do need to step back and think, why do I feel the way that I do? A lot of it is social conditioning, and it is a chance to kick the other side, and I think it is.
But then we're back to football. Why are we on different sides? I would stick up for your wife when she was being attacked by racists.
Well, so would I.
Well, I know you would. So why are we on? Why do you think we're on different sides then?
Because of the way you've been socially, the way you've been brought up, the people you met, the people who've influenced you, etc. The same with me, you know.
No, I'm anti-racist, and you've got an Asian wife. So what are the two sides you're talking about?
The left and the right, I would say. I mean, to me,
I don't know what that means really, because I'm probably more critical of Jeremy Corbyn at the moment than I am of anybody in the Conservative Party. So
what about the points-based system for immigration? To me, that's common sense. What's that to you?
It can be common sense, but it doesn't really stand up to scrutiny in the context of the economic impact of immigration. And of course, we could already have introduced rules regarding what financial means and what work you had in place before we left the European Union. So that for me is a red herring, but I don't mean that to be dismissive. It just doesn't actually, under proper scrutiny, make sense. And Australia has a points-based immigration, and people like your wife would be subjected to even more racism there than they could potentially be here. But I understand why you use the word sides, and I understand why you reach for left and right. Yep. But I don't know who you think is on the other side when it comes to sticking up for people like your wife.
I think it's people with.
What about that Breaking Point poster, which was supposed to make us frightened of people coming here from the Middle East, regardless of whether they had any right to be here or not? Which side were you on with that?
With people coming to, I disagree with it. One of the things.
What, with the poster?
The government.
Did you disagree with the poster? Because the reason I despise that poster.
I disagree with the poster. Yeah.
Okay, but you think you're on the other side to me?
I think that the government have got lots to answer for with immigration, because what they did is, and I think Angela Merkel did this as well, she said, right, let's open the floodgates, but they did nothing to encourage integration.
Well, we've got a mayor of London here who's a Muslim. You phoned me up to tell me that you're on the other side politically to me. You can't get much more integrated than being elected mayor of a country's capital city, and Donald Trump has chosen to attack him. So whose side are you on in that conversation?
Well, I would say that the mayor of London should be concerned with the events of London.
So would I, but that's not what I asked. I asked whose side are you on in that context? The fully integrated son of an immigrant, or the racist American president?
I don't particularly like Sadiq Khan, and Donald Trump kicks him, so he suits my purpose.
So you're on the side of the racist against the Asian?
No, I'm on the side of the guy who's against the other guy whose policies I disagree with. But
no, it's nothing to do with policies. We're talking about Donald Trump's personal attack on Sadiq Khan shortly after saying people should integrate more and pointing out that Sadiq Khan's parents came here from overseas. You can't get much more integrated than being elected mayor. He's Asian. He's been the victim of attacks from Donald Trump that have never been inflicted upon a non-Asian.
And vice versa.
Sadiq Khan has attacked Donald Trump for being far right, mate, and he is. I mean, that's just a statement of record. He sympathises with the Ku Klux Klan.
See, I think
he bans Muslims. Is your wife a Muslim, or is she an Asian of a different religion?
No, she's an Asian, actually, who gets a hard time from the Muslims. I don't want to go into the details.
No, fine, but that's what side are you on? The side of the Asian, or the side of the man attacking the Asian?
I'm on the side of I'm on the side of the guy who's frustrating the guy whose policies I disagree with.
So you don't care whether he's fouling or not. You're just glad that the other bloke's getting hurt.
Do you know what? I think it's got down to as basic as that, James.
I do. I can't believe your honesty, but you're not. Okay. You're not in any way embarrassed by it.
It's just the way we are as people.
So he's a liar. He's a liar and a racist, but he's hurting Sadiq Khan, so I like him. I think is what you've said.
Sadiq Khan, contrary to what Donald Trump says, is big and bad enough to be able to take that.
That's not the point, though. I just want to be clear that I've understood you correctly. Donald Trump is a liar, and he's a racist, and he stokes up the sort of feelings that could see your wife being victimised. But you're on his side because he's hurting Sadiq Khan, who you don't like for whatever reason.
If Donald Trump frustrates what I believe to be the detriment of our society, yes.
And the detriment of our society is people not integrating, which is why you don't like Sadiq Khan, who got himself elected mayor of our capital city.
Sadiq Khan is Labour, and he doesn't understand basic economics. Looking at the performance of Labour governments over the years, it would be disastrous.
You're jumping around again, aren't you?
Not really.
Well, you are, because we're talking about the words that you've said. Why do you like Donald Trump in the context of a battle with Sadiq?
I didn't say I like Donald Trump.
All right,
but
you talked about but you talked about sides.
Yeah, I do. And I think that's what it's come down to.
No, I think you're right.
We can talk about policies.
No, I think we can't talk about policies in a conversation about Donald Trump versus Sadiq Khan, because Donald Trump's impact upon, and also Sadiq Khan has incredibly limited powers over the economic scenarios in this city. But I'm agog with admiration for you. Well, admiration is not quite the right word. Gratitude, because you were the holy grail caller I was looking for, and your honesty is really, really refreshing. But it scares the hell out of me. Just died.
I don't think it's racist what he said to the four ladies in Congress there, in any way, shape or form. They're all Americans, and he's just pointing out that their disruptive activities, I mean, they're hardline socialists, mate. They're left-wing extremists, and they're trying to change American politics from within. And he's just pointing that out.
And what's he trying to do when he took over from Barack Obama? Was he trying to carry on doing politics exactly the same as Obama did, or was he trying to change it from within?
Well, Obama didn't successfully change it from within, so it's
not a trick question. Did Donald Trump seek to carry on conducting politics in America in a fashion identical to his predecessor, or did he seek to change it from within by becoming president?
I know it's not a trick question, and I'll say exactly what I just said again. Obama didn't change American society like he wanted to, so Donald Trump is re-establishing American capitalism.
Pardon?
You heard.
Donald Trump is re-establishing American capitalism. 51 months of consecutive growth, all of which began with Obama.
No, Obama's taking credit for growth. That's absolute hogwash, and you know it.
Stuart, can you count?
Mate, you are in sympathy with these ladies in Congress. They're trying to transform the country
Stuart, you're on
into
the
a socialist
radio.
country. Don't interrupt me, mate. Don't interrupt me. You are on the side of these women because you would favour socialist society, a left-wing society as well.
Go on, mate. I'm not interrupting you. I'm waiting for you to say something sensible.
No, you just can't come back with anything. Mate, you're in sympathy with these women, and
Name them. Name them.
Media.
Name them.
Well, AOC, for a start.
What does that stand for?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
No. So you know all about their politics, you don't even know their names, and you're on national radio having your pants pulled down.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Omar, Presley.
Mate, you've got your phone out. You've got your phone out now.
Yes,
you come on national radio, claiming that you know everything about their policy. So, which policy do you think most demonstrates their socialist tendencies, Stuart?
High taxes beyond all belief, and ploughing that money into public services.
Mate, you can't have high taxes under socialism because everybody earns the same. So let's try again. Which policy do you think best espouses their socialist tendencies?
No, everyone earns the same after the socialist template's successful, which means destroying the middle class.
So they don't want socialism, then they want high taxes for high earners.
Are you telling me those women don't want socialism in America?
Stuart, I'm telling you, you don't even know their names. Stuart, you don't even know their names. Did you just say? Did you just say fifth column?
I knew you'd ask me.
Yes, but you looked it up on your phone. Stop interrupting. Sorry, Stuart. Carry on.
Right, I knew you'd ask me their names because you couldn't come back with anything, so I looked on the screen on my phone, yes.
Why didn't you know their names before you rang in?
Because I just looked them up and researched them, mate, and I know exactly what...
Why didn't you know their names before you rang in, if you know everything about their politics? Why do you think... Theoretically, why do you think you might not know their names, but you know what they stand for politically?
Mate, I got their names up on the webpage.
That's not what I asked. That's not what I
knew you were going to ask me their names because you couldn't come back with a valid argument.
I already have. I've asked you to name one socialist policy that they support.
High tax.
That's not socialism.
It is socialism.
Okay, Stuart. What do you think socialism means?
Socialism is an ideology. You subscribe to it. doesn't work.
What does it mean?
It's never been proved to work.
What does it mean, Stuart? For the record, I'm not a socialist, but tell me.
Look, mate, I'm in support of Donald Trump.
Yeah, I know you are.
Comments on,
and you like the racism, but what do you think? What do you think socialism means?
Look, you're not going to Wikipedia me out of this argument, mate.
I don't need to. I know what it means. Tell me what you think it means. I didn't say the word, you did. What does it mean?
It means collapse. And you know it. And you subscribe to it.
Go on.
And it will never work.
Socialism means collapse. You know it. Socialism means collapse. Yes. Do you want to say something? Do you want to expand on that, Stuart, at all?
Well, the socialist policies, mate, have never been proved to work.
So name a socialist policy, Stuart. We're back round the other side of the circle now. You can't define what it means, and you can't name a single socialist policy. What are you so angry about?
Well, I'm trying to actually speak, mate. You just constantly interrupting me and getting me to name things, right?
Yes, like a socialist policy or the meaning of socialism.
See, this is what happens, you see.
I know.
A left-wing media commentator will not let someone speak when their opinion is against theirs.
What does socialism mean? You can't have an opinion about socialism if you don't know what it means. So what does it mean?
To me, personally?
No, you silly sausage. To everybody, not to you personally.
Right. Socialism is an ideology. It's a political system, and it does not work.
What does it mean?
What does it mean? Look, James, I phoned in support of Donald Trump.
I know.
His comments aren't racist. Those women are...
What does socialism mean? Stuart, what does socialism mean?
So this is what happens, you see. You get someone into a dead end. Socialism, I don't know the Wikipedia... You know, you're trying to get me Wikipedia me to death here.
No, just any meaning at all, Stuart. I didn't mention the word. It's 12 o'clock. I've been doing this topic for an hour. No one said socialism except you. What does it mean?
No, everyone that's phoned in has more or less been in support of the 4th columners there in America.
What does socialism mean, Stuart?
Right, to all your listeners, okay, as they are listening and nodding their head, the ones that are supporting what I'm saying is, socialism is a template that the 4 ladies in Congress are trying to bring into America. It doesn't work.
Stuart doesn't know what it means. Stuart hasn't got a clue what it... Stuart's on national radio condemning socialism and revealing he doesn't know what it means.
Okay, it's high taxes, it's healthcare for all that doesn't work or bankrupt the country. It is attacking big business. It's an incestuous relationship between big business and government.
Sweetheart. Listen, next time...
Patronising, you see.
Of course I'm patronising you. You're a clown. You're on national radio condemning socialism and you've been asked...
You're a clown.
No, you're a clown. No, you're a clown.
And you're just as bad as those women in Congress.
And you're just as... And my dad's bigger than your dad.
So let's step back and look at the bigger picture here. Because what we just watched wasn't a collection of random callers stumbling over their words. It was something far more revealing, a pattern that exposes the core of modern political loyalty. These conversations showed in real time that for many of these callers, their support for Trump has nothing to do with policy, nothing to do with promises, and certainly nothing to do with understanding the arguments they're trying to make. Their loyalty isn't built on actions, outcomes, or facts. It's built on identity, on the idea of my side versus your side, no matter the cost. And the moment James pressed them with even the simplest question, what has he done that you love? Or what policy are you actually supporting? The entire structure collapsed. Every answer drifted into vagueness, deflection, or outright confusion, because there was nothing concrete underneath. What remained was raw emotion, a belief that Trump is valuable, not because of what he achieves, but because of who he antagonizes. One caller even said it plainly, and honestly, in a moment that should make anyone watching sit up straight. He admitted that Trump is dishonest, that he stokes divisions, that he behaves in ways that would normally horrify any reasonable person. But none of that mattered to him, because Trump hurts the people I don't like. That wasn't just a mistake. It was a confession, a window into a mindset where politics becomes a team sport, where winning matters more than truth, and where harm becomes acceptable as long as it lands on the other side. And that, more than anything else, is the most unsettling part of calls like these. It's not the factual errors. It's not the shaky arguments. It's the emotional investment in conflict itself. It's tribalism wrapped up in political language, a world where policy is just decoration, and the real battle is about identity and resentment. So, what do you think? Out of everything you just heard, which moment exposed that mindset the clearest? Which caller, in your view, revealed the true nature of this political divide? Let me know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious how you rate it. And if you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives just like this. And of course, tap the notification bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching.